Bringing the old gang back. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, home of the Dallas Cowboys, where the Dallas Cowboys are reuniting some of your favorites. This is really cool. I'm really happy in particular for our old friend DEZ Bryant. DAK Prescott, who I think is very astute in business matters. Jason Witten, who probably is. And DEZ Bryant, who's got so much muscle in this area. So charismatic in this area. What are you going to do with your money, men? DAK, DEZ, Witten are all on the same team. Again, the product is OXFIT, O-X-E FIT. And it is a Plano-based startup. It's about artificial intelligence and robotics. And we get in the gym and we combine, standard weight stuff with technology. It's probably not dissimilar to what, Peloton, isn't that what that is? And the mirror, that's kind of same concept. So the concept makes a lot of sense if you're an athlete or if you're just a regular schmo like us, I think. This company raised $12 million to get this startup rolling. And those three Cowboy names, Blake Jarwin, Cowboys tight end, also an investor here. And away it goes. Plano-based products will start rolling out soon. They'll have the endorsement, obviously, of these players. And I don't know the financial arrangement. Is there additional compensation for endorsing it? Or do you just do what DAK did? DAK puts out a statement in conjunction with the announcement of the forming of this company. As a pro athlete currently rehabbing from a significant injury, I see the unbelievable opportunities that OXFIT affords athletes and their physicians and trainers to cater to specific needs. I believe OXFIT will change how athletes build strength and rehab from injuries. And given DAK's situation, he should know. Here's what we know about the history of athletes and their money. Sports Illustrated a few years ago did a very in-depth study and a very heartbreaking study on what happens to pro athletes' money. And I'm doing this off the top of my head, but I remember discussing it at great length, both on the air and in print, and with some players too. Like 40% of NFL players lose their wealth. How? Basketball players, somewhat in the same boat. Baseball players, on and on and on. How? Well, Sports Illustrated's study, and again, I'm rounding off the corners here, but you'll get the point. The first thing that guys do is they buy a house for their mom. Okay? Depending on where you buy a house for your mom, there goes $500,000. They buy their brother a car. They give their sister a job. They tell their dad to retire. Then their cousins call. And the next thing you know, Michael Irvin, who's handled his money fine, but they become the banker. And all of a sudden, your cousins and your nieces and your nephews come out of the woodwork. Hey, I wonder if you've got enough money, can you put me through college? I'll reward you. Maybe I'll reward you with good grades. That's one wrinkle. That's the first thing that happens to the athlete's money, is they want to go pay back all the people that got them there. And that includes their parents, and that includes their brother, and that includes their friends. And the next thing you know, people call them an entourage, mostly because of the HBO series. But call it whatever you want. It's why most guys have like 5 guys hanging around them. Are they leeches? Not necessarily. I mean, they're there to do a job. He's my driver. He's my bodyguard. He's my financial planner. He gets my dry cleaning. And all your buddies get a job. Now you've got a payroll, and you're 20. You have, it hadn't occurred to you to set up a company. You don't have an LLC. You just got 4 buddies back from where you grew up. They've been supported you the whole way. You're moving to Miami. They move with you. For a while, the 5 of you live in a house together. Eventually, somebody moves out with his girlfriend, but he still works for you. And how are you paying him? Are you paying him through payroll? Are you taking out taxes? No, you're just paying him. That's the first thing that happens. The second thing that happens to pro athletes' money, and we all do this a little bit. Aren't we seeing this now with the Robinhood, GameStop thing where people that don't understand it, including most of us, me, you almost just want to get in just for the thrill of it, to see what happens and say you did. What's the downside? I'm only going to put X number on. It's gambling, which it certainly is. Smart people are saying don't do that. Smart people who understand the market, by the way, are saying don't bother, don't do that. Bet on the Super Bowl. Get some boxes for the Super Bowl. The second thing that happens is when it is time to invest, your average 22-year-old guy, for that matter, 27, 37, 47, doesn't want to invest in something boring like storage units. I have an investment in storage units. I don't know anything about it. I just know that it's a nice, safe, sound investment. Storage units. Not very sexy, but there's enough sexy to go around already around here. I don't need my investment to be sexy. But when you're a young athlete, you want to open a restaurant, a bar. You want a car dealership. Those are the most popular things, in my experience, that athletes want to buy. They want to put their name on a bar. They want to put their name on a car dealership. You want to sell standard American? No, I want to sell Ferraris. Fine. Joe Blow's Ferraris. But Joe Blow doesn't know anything. He knows how to drive a Ferrari. That's all he knows about it. So he gets victimized there by the actual car dealer who's, in too many cases, who's just using his name and sometimes abusing his name. Joe Blow, bar and grill. All Joe Blow knows about the bar and the grill is how to bar and how to grill. He doesn't know the business, doesn't know how to mix a drink. He just wants his name on something cool. Bars are not always money makers, and a car dealership, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be just as bad as any other business. And the next thing you know, pro football players, 40% of them lose their wealth for no damn good reason. When we're all sitting around as regular financial schmoes going, man, oh man, he played in the NFL for 4 years. He made $1 million a year. That's $4 million. You ought to be able to make that work. So good for DEZ, DAK, WITT, and the fellas. This seems like, again, every investment's a risk to some degree, but this seems like something they know, sports and conditioning. It seems overseen by experts in the field of technology. It's locally based, the investment company, so that they can wrap their hands around it. I think it's really cool. And just like old times, so I tweeted this out at Fish Sports, and of course, my old friend Des Bryant retweeted it. So now everybody gets to go to read my story about it. You can find it on social media at Fish Sports, in addition to us talking about it here too. More people get to know that Des is doing something smart and boring. Kind of cool, but it's not like owning a club. It's an investment in a business. Smart investment with other smart people in a smart business. Really happy for those guys. And clearly Des is happy too, since his retweet of it celebrates the fact that once again, he's on the same team with DAK. Once again, he's on the same team with Gold Jacket WITT. Mike Fisher in Frisco on the Cowboys. Out.